So Alex, just first of all, walk us through what it is you saw.
I want to be careful because it's been 16 years since that event.
This was 2004.
November 14th, 2004. And I just want to be careful because we know, right, that the science of the mind and the science of the memory we shouldn't rely too much on my technical account at this point. But I will point out that the other aircrew and I made thorough debriefs on that day within minutes of landing, and that I made a written account with as many arrows and details and including comms and bearings and altitudes and all of that I could within, I would say, hours of landing. And then within a few years, gave thorough, almost interrogation style details to members of the Office of Naval Intelligence and ATIP. But I'll tell you overall what happened was that we were on a routine training mission off the coast of Southern California, off the USS Nimitz, which is an aircraft carrier. I was with VFA 41, which is a strike fighter squadron, as a new pilot. We were heading off to do air intercepts. We were heading off to do like a scrimmage, practice air-to-air run, and we were redirected. We were given vectors to go and intercept, see if we could intercept and identify a real-world contact. So we are scanning where we would expect to see something that we're merging with, and we don't see it. But instead we do see something in the water below us. And so my heart sank. I went from being excited that we might go get those bad guys to, oh no, those bad guys have crashed and are sinking, and now we're on scene commanders for a search and rescue effort. And then almost as soon as that happened, enter stage left, the Tic-Tac. And that's what we affectionately refer to it as, because that's what it looked like. I get a lot of questions, what did it look like? And I say, have you ever had a Tic-Tac? It looked like a little oblong, little from our perspective at our altitude, but about the size of a normal aircraft fuselage. And it was white. It was sort of a matte finish, just like a Tic-Tac. And it behaved in a way that we were surprised, unnerved. It accelerated, or it almost didn't accelerate, right? It sort of jumped from spot to spot and tumbled around in a way that was unpredictable. And so, again, my commanding officer, DavidFravor, Commander Fravor at the time, he took an aggressive maneuver to engage with it. Me being the wingman and also sort of uncomfortable and inexperienced, I said, okay, I've got high cover, which basically means I'm going to hang out over here. I got your back, but I'm not going to get involved too closely. And so he turned with it, and then it just disappeared. It zoomed out of the picture so fast that we all then were scrambling on the radio. And the whole time we're on the radio with each other, just sort of losing our minds.
I'm sure you've certainly given this a lot of thought, and I'm sure you've been asked a gazillion times, but do you believe, what do you think of it? What do you think it was?
Yeah, every time I'm asked about this, they say, what was it? I'm not qualified to make that analysis. And part of the reason I agreed to speak with you and I agreed to speak in 60 Minutes the other night was that I'm trying to reduce the stigma for other aircrew so that if they see something or when they see something, they'll say something, and that they will not feel embarrassed or ashamed to make the reports, and that they'll know how to make the reports and where to make the reports, and that they'll contribute to this data pool of information that we have, so that those who are professional intelligence analysts and scientists can look at that information that is collected and consolidated, and that they can make some really sound, reasonable, rational conclusions. Because no matter what size you are of the UFO wars, which I'm actually just learning about now, and shout out to my new friends on hashtag UFO Twitter, that it's fascinating. I am fascinated with their fascination. And so whether they are hardcore enthusiasts or conspiracy theorists or hardcore debunkers. Or even there's like this tribe of religious fanatics who are just, I don't quite understand them yet, but there are all these different camps. And at the core, no matter how much they're attacking each other, what I see is that they all want answers. They all want to know what it was. And we can't do that if we're just attacking each other, or if we're shaming each other, or sensationalizing it. We really have to cooperate and again, get more information, get more evidence so that we can come to some sound conclusions.